For the majority of us, we have the simplicity in our lives of identifying with the assigned gender we got at birth. It's easy for us to simply check off the male or female box on the numerous documents we have to fill out as citizens of the United States of America. But what about those who do not have the luxury of identifying with the gender they were assigned with at birth? How do these people go about entering information into these important government documents while still staying true to themselves? In this video, we will dive deeper into the concept of gender being socially constructed. Lorde states in her famous piece of writing, The Socially Constructed Body, the feminist view argues that bodies are socially constructed in material and cultural worlds, which means they are physical and symbolic at one and the same time. I will define what gender truly is, the issues with gender as a binary system, and show examples of how gender plays a role in our everyday lives. Now let's begin. Gender is defined on Google as the state of being male or female, typically used with reference to social and cultural differences rather than biological ones. But what does it mean to be male or female? While there are a few biological markers to differentiate between males and females, the difference between males and females is often defined by the way we present our masculinity or femininity. Masculinity presents as strong, stoic, handy around the house, and has no interest in their appearance, while femininity presents as dainty, sweet, physically weak, and looks pretty using makeup and clothes. These characteristics are programmed even before birth, with the new appearance of gender reveal parties or baby showers that are color-themed to the gender. Even before we are born, we are expected to present the sex we are identified at birth. Let's define what a binary system is and how it is affecting our society in accordance to gender. A binary system is defined as a system consisting of two parts. Gender is constructed into a binary system because of the way that there are only two groups in which gender fits into, boy or girl. Society has gone to especially long lengths to allow people to even fix parts of themselves they do not feel fits into the gender binary system. Lorde states dieting, breast enhancement, and facelifts are ways that women have changed their appearance to fit ideals of feminine beauty, whereas men lift weights, get hair transplants, and undergo cosmetic surgery to mold their bodies and faces to the masculine ideal. But it gets worse than just artificially changing our bodies to fit better into their masculine or feminine characteristics. Our government insists on making it simple. a gender, male or female. But for those who refuse to pick a gender or may not identify with a gender at birth, are either forced to lie about who they believe they are or forced to fight a whole bureaucracy to simply be able to identify who they are. Ward comments on this when she states your social identity is a gendered identity, and all your identity papers and bureaucratic records document your gender over and over again. Society enforces the gender binary system even to the legal level. The greatest way society enforces gender is through our own policing, though. This is shown in this short clip. Lastly, let's discuss. Lastly, let's discuss how gender plays a role in our everyday lives. As we've seen, gender plays a role in how we fill out our documents and even plays a role while we're still in the womb. But it continues to play an even bigger role in our day-to-day things that we act on. A great example of this is the great extent male athletes will go to produce the large muscular bodies male athletes are expected to have. Male athletes are so pressured into displaying perfect masculinity that they are willing to use life-threatening solutions like steroids. Ward comments on this when she states the equation of big size, strong musculars, and true masculinity is a pervasive theme in U.S. culture. It is so ingrained that a number of popular athletes have been secretly using bodybuilding steroids, and up to 1 million adolescent athletes do too, to attain the same muscular bulk. Even young men are risking their lives with steroids to appeal to the ideal masculinity that they feel they need to be. But gender goes further than just sports and steroids. It has become a moral system too. Ward explains this when she states cultural views about the body are more than aesthetic. They are also moral judgments. When a person's body contradicts social conventions regarding weight, height, and shape, that person may be viewed as lacking in self-control and self-respect. Conversely, people whose bodies comply with valued conventions are admired, praised, and held up to others as ideals to be emulated. We have a tendency to base someone's worth off of their appearance rather than their intelligence or ability because of the way we have prioritized our gender performance in our society. In conclusion, I have defined gender, displayed issues that come along with the binary system of gender, and showed how gender impacts our everyday lives. While gender is a constant factor in our lives as a society, we must go forth with this information and change our judgmental binary gender system. Gender, as it is forcing people to either lie about who they truly are or are completely pushed out to the outskirts of society. This is not right and must be changed.